Guys, coming at you from my kitchen with a what I sold on eBay this week video. I just started recording it and I was maybe 8 minutes into the video and then my phone started going off like crazy next to me. Well, not right next to me, it was in the other room and it was super loud. I had to go out there and it felt like it just ruined the video. So, starting over again, maybe that's better because I can make the video shorter this time. Alright, so the first thing I sold was this Buzz Bee gun. Now, if you follow my channel, you know I've sold a bunch of these in the past. It says I have one available. I'm looking over here right now. I have about 5 more. These things sell great. I picked them up for 90 cents on clearance at Kmart, and I sell them consistently at $15. It's amazing. I love it. The next thing, funny story about these, my car broke down, and I actually had to quit my job. Today is Monday. It's my very first day not at my job. I gave my 2 weeks in. 3 weeks ago, I stayed for an extra week. I was getting rides for my family and girlfriend and stuff like that. And I couldn't do it anymore. It was becoming such a hassle. So I'm parting out my car right now. And I'm using a lot of this eBay money to help me afford a new car right now. I have enough for a cheap car, but I don't want a cheap car. So I'm, just hanging out here listing like crazy until I can afford a better car. So I am doing eBay full time right now, not to say I'm doing it 35 to 40 hours a week, but this is one of my main sources of income. Now I have other sources like Kindle and other online things that I'm working on, but this and Kindle are the two that are really bringing in the bulk of my money. So I got $12.99 for this. These things sell great. If you have cup holders in your car and you don't want them and you're in need of some fast cash, I mean, might as well just sell them. You could sell them $12.99. I mean, I've seen people sell them for $15 a piece. So that's a quick 30 bucks right there. They only cost about $3 to ship. So not too bad. Next thing is this Wiimote and nunchuck. I got for $1 a piece. Buck for the remote and $1 for the nunchuck. Sold it for $13.99. It's a pretty straightforward sale. Next one is this My Little Pony touchscreen watch. Now I picked it up at Goodwill for $1, and you see I listed at $34.99. Now I just made that number completely up. Sometimes you got to do that. I looked online and I didn't see a single one listed, and I flipped over this when I was at the store, and I noticed it's hard to tell over here, but it had a Target sticker on it for $2.50 on clearance. And now I assume this might have been discontinued. Target doesn't carry it anymore, nothing like that. So I threw a really high price tag on it, and I was getting a bunch of best offers. I ended up taking a best offer of, I think, $18 or $19. So for $1, that was great. 18, 19 bucks, I'll take it. Next thing is another part of my car. It is the ashtray compartment. Now it has a little burn right there, but it's okay. It's still sold relatively quick for $10.49. Now that's not a lot of money considering it cost me about $3.50 to ship it, and then eBay's fees and stuff, but I'm just assuming that all of these parts that I took out of the car will bring me close to $400 to $500, and then I'm going to scrap the car. So junkyards around my area suck. They're only going to give me $150 for the entire car, so I said screw that, I'm going to do this, part all the parts out. I have a lot of free time. Like I said, I'm not working right now, so I figured I would have fun outside, rip apart the car, put them on eBay, and it's selling pretty well. So I'll keep you guys in touch with that and up to date with that in future videos. Next thing I got that sold was this lot of 7 Nintendo DS games. I picked a bunch of these up off of Craigslist. They actually came in a couple different bundles, but I just put them all together. And, they sold pretty quick. These are all the games. Just scrolling through the pictures. Nothing too great besides Mario and Sonic and Need for Speed. The other ones are kind of fillers. There was Gardening Mama right there. It's hard to tell. But I sold all this. I took a best offer, I believe, of $20. $20 or $21. So, not too bad. Only cost me a few bucks to ship. The next thing. Now, I actually picked this up off of a lady on Craigslist, and I was in a rush, and I didn't think to test it. I did test it. I turned it on, scrolled through the menu, and everything seemed to work fine. Now, I get home, and I go to do the same thing by putting a game inside, and nothing worked. Game wouldn't work, nothing would read, and then the system kept freezing on me. I went through all of these Nintendo forums to figure out how to fix it. Could not fix it. So, ended up selling it for $19.99 with parts. Actually, no, I took a best offer of $16 on it, which is okay. I paid 25 bucks for this, but it came with um, a couple games and Mario Kart. So I mean, I'll still make my money back plus some, but not a lot. So that's okay. Sometimes you gotta make mistakes. And then you learn that you have to test everything you buy. Just test it all. Um, this guy picked up for $3 at a thrift store in town, a church thrift store. I know these sell great, so I just picked it up and I sold for $24.99. It took a while to sell. It sat for a while. I priced it higher than almost all the others, but there weren't a lot of them listed, so I figured, hey, they'll sell, and then mine will still be here. And sure enough, it was, and it sold. Next thing I sold was this 007 game for $10.99. I picked it up for $1 at a tag sale, along with a bunch of other games that I showed in my previous video, I believe. So that sold almost instantly for $10.99. Next thing were these that sold for 20. These are Xbox cables to get, the system to work. And then the guy emailed me and said, I don't want these anymore. Almost instantly he said that. So I said, okay, I'll give you the refund. I went to give him the refund, and he already opened up a PayPal case, so it wouldn't let me give him his refund. So I'm trying to go back and forth with this guy about it, and I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully I could get that all situated. So this wasn't even a sale, so we can X that up. Next thing is this book, sold for $10.99. Picked it up for free from a tag sale. So that was just quick money right there. School's coming up, so textbooks are a great sale right now. Another thing, I sold this PlayStation 2. I picked it up for $10 at a thrift store. I ended up taking a best offer of $61 on this. $61 is not bad at all for a PS2 with 6 games. And that's not even a name brand controller, and neither is that. They're both third-party controllers. But they both worked fine. So everything there, $61. You can't beat that. Next thing was this camel hat I picked up at a tag sale. I picked it up in a lot. This is the great thing about tag sales. They had a box of hats for 25 cents a piece, and I'm talking probably 50 hats. And I said I'd give them $2 for the whole box. I'll take the whole box. They don't have to bring it inside. And of course they said yes, because odds are, they're going to get a couple people buying, a hat here, a hat there, a hat here. It might add up to $2. So I gave them $2 for the entire box. It's gone. There were a bunch of junk hats in there, but this one sold, and so did another one that I will show you soon. So $13.99, not too bad. I mean, if you really think about it, I probably paid less than 10 cents a hat. This is an old phone I had. It was my Samsung Galaxy 3. It cracked and it broke. Right now I have the S4. But I had an external battery for it, so I knew that would bump up the price a little bit. And just the screen's cracked. The phone works, but the screen won't turn on, so I sold it for $34.99 for parts. Not bad. I mean, it sold overnight, so I can't complain. And the next thing I sold, last thing actually, is this Nike hat for $20. This hat is really cool. I picked this up in that lot as well. They had mostly vintage hats in that box. This was the newer looking one. They had another newer one that was a Lincoln hat, the car brand, and I had an offer on that today for $16. And I declined because I see them sell all the time for $20 to $25. I figure someone's going to come along within the next few days and give me an extra $5 to $10. So I'm going to hold that out. So these are just the sales I made this week. There was one other sale, a DVD that I ended up selling for $4. I paid 50 cents for it. Shipping was 2 something. So I really didn't make much money on it, so I didn't even include it. But all of these things, I did all right on. I want to start including in my videos how much I actually made net at the end of each week. But, as you can tell, I did all right gross. A lot of these things I really didn't pay much for, if anything. So, besides this DS, but almost everything else was free, so I did pretty decent this week. I can't complain. It's not my biggest week I've had. A few other things I sold just out of the cusp of the week, which I'm not showing in this video. Sold for between $20 and $30. There were some bigger sales there. But, some weeks you have great weeks, some weeks you don't. I average around $200 a week right now. The way it is, summer, I guess, is slower, but I've been doing pretty well. I mean, I sell almost consistently every day. So, just some motivation for you guys. Get out there, start picking things, start finding things, throwing them on eBay, and you'll end up selling some cool things like this camel hat. So until next time, guys, I'll see you. Please give this video a thumbs up, comment on it, subscribe to me if you haven't. I'm going to be coming at you with some more videos more often, and hopefully you'll learn a thing or two by watching these videos, and you can make some more money. So until next time, guys, see ya.